Everybody, Dr. Mary Rensel here. I help women docs build empowering strategies as they work in a healthcare system that tends to break folks down, meaning a high risk for burnout. Scary stuff. Medicine now is called an occupational hazard for burnout risks. So I helped folks put foundational, fun neuroscience strategies into place so they're all set. They don't have to worry about hopefully, dealing with any of the risks that come with working in medicine. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a story. I'm learning how to golf. I'm almost an empty nester, which has a lot of emotions with it. But I have 4 kids, and so I've had kids in my house for 28 years. Isn't that crazy? So just a month away, so our youngest will go off to college, and I'm grateful, and he's healthy, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm taking golf lessons, and I had a really cool golf teacher who's also a veteran and a musician, and he's an interesting guy. And as he was teaching my husband and I golf lessons, we told him we were neurologists and stuff. And so he was telling, like, oh, well, your subconscious does a lot of work when you're in your golf lessons, when you're walking the greens, your subconscious is checking out the different angles of the greens. And so you just have to kind of be aware. You don't have to plan everything, but you shouldn't fight your subconscious. You should listen. If your body wants to hit it this one way, stay with it. Don't fight it. Like, did I just get a golf teacher that is talking about neuroscience? Because I love this. So I have a really strong bias toward neuroscience. I'm a neuroimmunologist, and I have a business based on neuroscience strategy. So I love it. I couldn't believe I had a golf teacher that was talking to me about neuroscience. Would I be so lucky? Oh, it's so funny. So, as he was talking about it, he's like, well, here you could have your goal, look this way for your goal, but also look over here, and your brain will want to keep getting the ball over here. So he's like, say your goal is the 150, but actually look at the red flag, because your ball will go to the red flag because you keep looking over there. So your subconscious is going to try to get it there, which is so funny. And then walking the greens, he's like, see how there's a dip and a this and a this. He's like, you're going to figure it out. Like, you don't have to actually think hard about it because your body's taking in all that data. So what do you think about that? I mean, do you find that your body's taking in data regularly, your brain is, and that you just have to trust it? Like, do you have a brain trust or a brain wonder level? In Brain Fresh, we talk a lot about, the reciprocity of like supporting the brain. So it's at a really good state and it can perceive all this data that's around us. So there are particular parts of the brain that are made just to always be perceiving threats, right? And just taking in data points. And I thought it was really interesting, especially with his military background, that he had this knowledge, because he said he used it also in the military. So it's just interesting, where neuroscience can be used. So I just want to let you know that I have a company called Brain Fresh. I built a monthly membership for women docs. So it's called Brain Hammock. So you can come in and just keep reinforcing and building on these neuroscience strategies and have these fun and foundational tools in place, right? So we have a supportive community. We learn together. We kind of hold hands, do it together. It's a virtual community, but we have a way to kind of, do group coaching and interact with one another. I'm also learning how to coach women who want to start businesses or have businesses. So if you're interested in just kind of thinking about that or learning about that, come into Brain Hammock, because we can talk about that. I have some spots for free coaching left, so you can jump in. Hopefully they're, fingers crossed, they're still available when you join. But you could DM me and let me know, and I could or ask me, and I could let you know if they're still available. So we have a summer deal. There's a coupon code called Surprise. So if you put Surprise in, you'll get a deal on Brain Hammock. So if you're looking for it, just go to brainfresh.org, and you'll find us. It'll send you some links, and you'll find us. And Brain Hammock is the monthly membership, or just DM me and I'll send it right to you. What do we do in there? So we have a time management course. We have a productivity course. Both of these courses are based on neuroscience strategies. I love to dig through the literature and read books from all different industries so that I can bring it back to Brain Hammock and just share all the resources with you. I just love to connect people to resources. So that's what we do within Brain Hammock. And then we have a 9-step framework that you could just keep polishing as you feel more and more empowered. We learn how to brain prime, put the brain in a good setting to learn and perceive and be creative. Then we learn how to align with our gifts and our strengths. and we learn how to design professional, career and pattern, and how to navigate, using neuroscience tools, because healthcare's tricky, right? So the rate of burnout is nuts. And it's really concerning, and so people are working on it, national levels, regional, in-house. A lot of people have different wellness programs, et cetera. But I just dug through the literature really fast, because once you hit 50, as I did years ago, I was like, this isn't going to go away. I kept thinking it would go away, but it wasn't going away. So I built Brain Fresh so people could come and learn these foundational, fun neuroscience strategies. It doesn't have to be boring and horrible. It can actually be fun, and we do have fun within our community. So please join us or reach out with any questions that you have. And yes, indeed, our subconscious is always taking in those data points all through our day. So we learned how to kind of respect what the brain needs, put it in a good place so it can keep perceiving all those data points, just like my golf teacher taught me and reminded me of. And it can really serve us in so many different times of our days in our life, as we're learning something or we're doing something we've always done. We can get better and better and feel more empowered to keep growing, right? And make it fun. What the heck? We're allowed to have fun. All right, reach out, brainfresh.org. You got this, guys.